Social media, Twitter just exploded. Former Hannah Montana star even got a new nickname, the Queen of Obscene, all for a performance in front of more than 10 million viewers. ABC's Nick Watt has the story.
The aftershocks from the Miley twerk will be felt for a long, long time. Overnight, MTV is taking real heat for the VMAs. The Parents Television Council issued a complaint saying the network marketed adults-only material and manipulated parents to think the content was safe for their children. MTV branded the show with a TV 14 rating, but the council said MTV continues to sexually exploit young women by promoting acts that incorporate twerking in a nude-coloured bikini. How is this image of former child star Miley Cyrus appropriate for 14-year-olds? Ironically, Miley Cyrus's father, Billy Ray, sits on the council's advisory board. To protect the under-18s and those with weak hearts, we can't show you the half of it.
People were just very surprised, and it sort of pushed a new boundary coming from her.
She even upstaged Gaga, for goodness sakes. Drake didn't know where to look. Niall from One Direction looks like he came of age, and Rihanna, who knows what that face is saying. Miley herself tweeted that she triggered 306,000 tweets per minute, more than the Super Bowl. Fellow VMA performer Lance Bass of NSYNC was even shocked, worried about his young nieces and nephews that were watching. I didn't know I had to warn them that their little Hannah Montana was going to be naked and humping a finger. Kelly Clarkson tweeted the not-so-cryptic hashtag, pitchy strippers. Ouch. And I fear Mika Brzezinski from Morning Joe might never recover.
That young lady who is 20 is obviously deeply troubled.
But if all publicity is good publicity, Miley hit a home run with the bases loaded.
It was so strange and sexual and new and weird at the same time.
I agree with Ian. Kind of defies description. For Good Morning America, Nick Watt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Pretty good job, Nick. Let's get more now from our friend Howard Bragman, ABC News contributor, image consultant. He joins us from Los Angeles this morning. And what a pile on, Howard. What's your reaction?
You know, when you look at all the huge talent that was there, George, Lady Gaga, an NSYNC reunion, new One Direction, who are we talking about? We're talking about Miley Cyrus. She didn't win a VMA award, but she won the VMAs.
So she got what she wanted?
I do think she did. She got exactly what she wanted. This wasn't a slip. This was a moment that was well rehearsed, well planned, and well talked about for the last 2 days.
And it's been part of a strategy she's had for the better part of 2 years, maybe even more than 2 years now, trying to shed that whole Hannah Montana image.
You know, child actors do that. We saw Daniel Radcliffe go on Broadway and literally get naked in Equus. They have to make a statement and say, I'm not that kid you thought I was anymore. And there's a business decision behind it. What you want to do is grow up with your fans, grow up with your audience, and say, hey, I'm relevant. And while it was shocking to a lot of people, it was certainly shocking to parents. It's not shocking to 20-year-olds and her peers, quite frankly.
And she's not going to lose fans over this?
No, she's going to gain fans. This was an attempt to reinforce, this is the new Miley. You keep buying my music. You keep going to my concerts. I'm growing up with you.
But what about parents? You know, I was lucky I was there, and my kids were so distracted by everything else going on in the arena, I didn't have to answer any questions about it. You couldn't do that if you were watching at home.
No, you couldn't at all. And this is a cautionary tale for parents. And traditionally, music awards have been a little raunchier. We've seen a lot of half-dressed people, but it can't be surprising. We've seen Lady Gaga run around half naked. We've seen Robin Thicke's video all over the internet. So it can't be surprising. And I would advise parents either to tape it and watch it. And if they feel it's appropriate for kids, fine. If not, respect that decision, but they have to take this as a moment to learn and say, this may not be right for my family.
Okay, Howard Bragman, thanks very much. Let's get the weather now from Sam.
You know, I would agree with all that. And then, George, I think you guys said it, that it had a TV 14 rating.